You know, there's a wealth of female talent out there. Dawn French. What about Dawn French for the Doctor? I think she'd be very good. What? Clothes? I wish Doctor Who would stop having a costume. Why can't he wear clothes? Why can't he be wearing one thing one day, another thing another day, like the rest of us? What is it apart from BBC budget that stops the Doctor changing his clothes every now and then, all the time? Why doesn't he wear what makes him unnoticeable in the environment in which he is? If he goes to a planet where everybody wears purple, why would he walk around dressed as I was? No, he put on something purple so he could go about his business. That is a logic in Doctor Who I've never understood. The idea of the Doctor has to wear a costume. Nobody here wears costume. Well, yes, nobody here wears... Oh, dear. But you know what I mean? People wear clothes. I think the Doctor should too. I don't think it should be a big deal what he turns up in.
Colin, can I ask, just here in the front?
Oh, hey.
Hi there. I thought you've probably been asked this 100 times before, but what did you make of the way that your Doctor was killed off and regenerated? The way, the actual, what happened to him? What did you make of it?
I've never seen it.
Really?
No. Do you know, I've yet to see an episode of Sylvester's. Because at the time, I was grumpy and hacked off, so I didn't watch it. I don't want to see it. And now, I mean, in the passage of time, I ought to, but I haven't. So I've seen it at conventions. I've seen the clip of my regeneration. I think it looks stupid. So anyone who's on Twitter will note that I was asked a question yesterday or the day before, when it suddenly occurred to me. They said, would you like to film your regeneration scene? And I said, actually, no, because that means I haven't regenerated. Therefore, all the other Doctors afterwards are imposters. No regeneration. It was a pretend regeneration. That wasn't me. So, I am the Doctor. 6 is a number, and I am 6.
Hi, Colin, again. What's your favourite of your own stories that you were in?
Well, do you know, it's a bit like asking what's your favourite child, or what's your favourite dog. They're all my stories. I sometimes answer it just because people seem to want an answer. So I might say 2 Doctors one day because of working with Pat Troughton, but then I might say Twin Dilemma another day because it was the best episode ever made. As voted by the readers of Doctor Who magazine. Oh no, sorry, it was the worst episode ever made. I have the honour of appearing in the best episode ever made, according to the Doctor Who poll, which was Caves of Androzani, and the one immediately afterwards, which was me, was the worst ever. So that's quite an achievement, isn't it?
No, I thought Time Flight was the worst, wasn't
Oh
it?
no, not once Twin Dilemma was made.
Okay.
Were you in Time Flight?
I was in Time
Oh,
Flight.
bad luck.
Yeah.
I've got 2 questions. This is for all 3 of you. Who's your favourite Doctor?
Matt Smith. That surprised you, didn't it? I think he's brilliant. I love him. I believe every word. Do you know, when I heard another young Doctor was going to take over, I was kind of depressed because I thought, you know, why can't we have a 60-year-old Doctor again? Occasionally. But it's because of the demographic of the audience, I understand that. And to keep girls watching, you know, because girls started watching Doctor Who mainly because of David Tennant. And correct? No! Yes. You know, and if suddenly, you know, someone like another John Pertwee turned up, those same girls would start fading away. Oh, he's not eye candy. So they're always going to keep young people now. But I was wrong about Matt because he is young in terms of human Earth years.
He's like an old man. He's old as well, isn't he?
He's old inside.
I
I believe every word he says. I believe it's happening to him at that moment. And that's the knack of a truly good actor. I'm just intrigued by him. I think I know all those, David Tennant's gone, people who don't view him in the same way, but think about it. I believe everything he does, and I gather he's kind of very creative on the studio floor. He comes up with new stuff all the time. I like that. I find that exciting.
Someone's phone. Oh, so all from what? Question one. Well, I'm sorry to repeat to my good friend here, but I happen to, I think Matt Smith is fabulous, and I don't actually watch much of the news, I have to say, but what I have seen, I think he's brilliant. I find him totally mesmerising. I can't take my eyes off him. I think he's fantastic. But I'd have to also say Peter, because otherwise I'd be in big trouble. So, yeah, Peter. And the new series Matt, I think they've done really well with him.
So there's no other trouble you find you might be in there?
Now, come on, I've got to speak up for the vintage years. Come on. I think, the very fact that I'm here today is a huge accolade for Tom Baker, who I think, over the whole series, I think the fact that we're so many people say that Tom is the greatest, I think you have to put it in.
Very good.
I've got another question for you.
Before your time, I said vintage, classical, you see, before Colin's time. You couldn't be there. Anyway, yeah.
I've got another question for you. Who's your favourite actor in Doctor Who?
Start at that end this time.
Favourite actor in Doctor Who? Colin Baker! Colin and I
Too late.
Colin and I worked in another sci-fi series, didn't we? Do you remember?
We did.
We did in that. We won't talk about that anyway. So we go back a long way.
Don Quick.
Don Quick. Yes.
Don Quick with Ian Hendry.
Yes.
Nobody's ever heard of it.
No, they weren't.
Do you remember what my line was?
No.
I had one line. It was Ian Hendry and Ron Lacey.
It was.
It was 1970.
Yeah.
And it was loosely based on Don Quixote, but set in space.
Yes.
So it was a bungling spaceman and his kind of Sancho Panza.
Yeah.
And we were on a planet where human beings were money. So the residents of the planet, if they wanted to buy some fish and chips, handed over 3 human beings for their fish and chips, right? So I was in a bank. I was a human being standing in a bank, and I was about to be spent by somebody. It's ludicrous. And Don Quick was going to sort all this out. And I had one line in this, and on the script, I took it to the director and said, "Do you really want me to say this?" He got very angry with me and told me I had to. And the line was, because we suddenly realised, that we're not money, we're people. My line was, "We are revolting."
We are.
I said, "Can I say rebelling?" And he said, "No, say what's written." So my one line in this episode was, "We are revolting."
Well, I can't remember my lines. So it was a amazing memory. I just remember the title of the other people in it, and Colin and I worked together, but I have no memory of all that. My line was even worse, I think. But anyway.
And we worked together in Hamlet.
Oh, we did.
In Windsor.
God, we did.
And on radio in the
Yes.
Shakespeares.
Yeah,
You
yes.
know those
yes,
Shakespeares
yes.
they did in the 70s?
Yes. I do.
Titus Andronicus
Yes, I
and
did. Not.
Henry
Henry IV Part
the
1.
19th Part 3 and all that.
We did that. Yes. So yes. There's a few hours worth there, but we won't go and stay.
Can I haven't answered that question yet. Thank you very much. No, I don't have a favourite actor.
Well, thank you very much then.
In Doctor Who. No, can I finish? I don't have a favourite particular actor in Doctor Who because I loved all the actors that I worked with on my time in Doctor Who, which of course includes Colin Baker because you were in Arc of Infinity. There you go. See?
You are nice. You are kind to me.
This